1980, Bjorn Borg and I played in what is considered one of the greatest Wimbledon finals of all time. After 3 hours and 53 minutes of some seriously intense tennis, I lost in 5 sets. Of course I wanted to win. I gave it everything I had, but I wouldn't trade that moment for anything. The truth is, most people don't even remember who won that match and don't care. I once had the privilege of meeting the great Nelson Mandela. He told me he listened to that match on a tiny radio from his prison cell on Robben Island, and that the whole prison hung on every point of that match. That we gave Mandela a brief respite from the excruciating hell of 27 years of political imprisonment meant more to me than any award I've ever won. The lesson here is you don't have to win to be part of something that is truly magical. A few years after that Wimbledon final, Bjorn quit tennis at age 26. It was devastating to me and the rest of the sport. In the mid-'80s, if you were in my path, I would destroy you. Top of my game. But I wasn't truly happy. Why? Because being the best in the world wasn't as good as playing with someone who pushed you to greatness, which is why I begged my biggest rival to come back to the sport. At the time, he said to me, "If you're not number 1, John, it doesn't matter if you're number 2 or number 100. Even though I understood where he was coming from, I disagreed with him then and still do. Number 2 is pretty damn good. Sometimes you have to appreciate where you're at in life. If your mentality is if it's not success, then it's failure, your life will be really, really hard. Success gives us another chance to keep plugging away at what we love to do. That's all it really is." For a while, I feared I might be the guy who peaked in life at age 26 or 7. When you look at the last few years of my tennis career, or my failed talk show, or the end of my first marriage, or all the various projects that came and went, I stayed in it. I kept trying new things, opening new doors. I learned not to be disillusioned by failure, not to be burdened by perfection, and not to be intimidated by greatness. My final tennis analogy is this. When a ball is coming at you, you have a split second to decide how to return it. You have a handful of options and make the best decision in the moment. Sometimes you win the point, and sometimes it's an endless rally that you lose. But you take your best shot and keep finding the courage to step on the court. Graduates, this is the time to take your shots. Your life will go by fast. Give it your all. Stand up for yourself. Stay curious. Be a good citizen of the world. Don't get crushed under the weight of your own expectations. Know that the real victory in life is a long game. Measure your success by how much you evolve, not necessarily how much you win. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and for Christ's sakes, have the balls to say what you feel. There's a quote emblazoned on a wall at Wimbledon right before you enter center court. It's from Kipling's poem, If. It reads, "If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same." Kipling's point is that one person's victory is another one's defeat. Win or lose, what matters is giving everything you've got. In a truly full life, you'll be lucky to have your share of both victories and defeats. In either case, keep finding the courage within you to move forward. Congratulations, class of 2023. I wish you the greatest life imaginable. Thank you very much for having me.